Now let's do a little bit with Greek and Hebrew. We have another concept here that we have to bring across before we can do proper searching, and that is the difference between the text version and the morphology version. Okay, I am going to type on the command line BGM and hit enter. Now at the very bottom here, at least on mine, maybe it may not be on the bottom of yours, probably not. I have here a version that you don't want to have to read. It's not a good reading version. This is a great computer tool though, something great for computers to read. It's not great for people to read. This BGT and the BGM are what's called companion or brother texts. So one thing I do in one, like say a search I conduct in one, also shows search results in the other. These versions go together. Okay? Now, the morphology version is tagged morphologically. So you're going to have your parsing information is included in each word tagging. So, for example, the word chi, the very first word here, it's the word and, but, or in Greek. Chi is just listed as chi in Greek. Very simple reading. Down here, you have, this is a whole word. The word chi, which is what's called the lemma. That's your dictionary entry word. In this case, it's the same, almost the same typing as what you have up here. The accent's different. But you have chi, then the at sign. The at sign is just a separator. It says I'm separating now from the lemma to the morphological tagging. And morphological tagging shows CC, which, as you can find, this is a coordinating conjunction. By the way, help file once again. Let's go to the help file. Because you're going to want to get used to this coding here. Morphological Code Tables. And I'll show you something on the command line here as well about this, but I'm working with the BGT and BGM, so here's BGM, BibleWorks Greek Coding Scheme. And now you can look through here, and I have here my nouns, and here's all my morphological codes, your pronouns, morphological codes, definite article, morphological codes. Here's your verbs and the codes, adjectives. Here's my conjunction, C for conjunction, and it's coordinating. That's what I had there with the word chi. It had a C and a C. So think of this as kind of like a tree. So first begins with the C, which is a conjunction, and then it goes to the next subtree is a coordinate, C for coordinate. Okay? So that's there in the help file to help you. Okay, I'll show you another tool in the command line here to make it a little easier. But
now, how'd you get the help file to open up at that point?
Well, I went to help, and then BibleWorks Help Contents. The very top, frequently used links. Right here, Morphological Code Tables.
Okay.
So these items at the top here are going to be ones you're going to want to go to most frequently. There are lots of other help contents. You can scroll down through. See, there's lots of help here. This thing's huge.
That's too much help, man.
What's that?
That's too much help.
Oh, my. You read all that, right? You saw it all?
A little help at a time.
Well, that is the key. Just take it little by little. You're not going to get it all in one day. It's just not going to happen. There's no way.
That's great.
Okay, but important thing to keep in mind. This word here, the morphological coded word, the lemma, at sign, and the morphology codes is exactly the same thing as the inflected form. They're in exactly the same word order, and they correspond exactly. Let's look at a column where I'm going to close your eyes for a minute. I'm going to search on something. I didn't want to explain it yet. Okay. Okay. I'm going to go to 1 John 4. First John 4:20. Okay. I'm going to go to my analysis window here. Okay. 1 John 4:20. Here's the word agapo, which is a form of the word agapao. Okay. I'm going to hold down my shift key here. I'm going to go over here to my analysis window. At the very top, you see here's the form of the word, agapo. After that is all of the parsing. Verb, indicative, present, active, first person singular from, there's your lemma, agapao. Okay? So here's your inflected form, and here's your lemma. Okay, now let's look here at the difference between the inflected text, agapo, and the first occurrence here, agapao at, now all this here, VIPA1S. Okay, so look here at that coding and compare it at the very top here. V for verb, I for indicative, P for present, A for active, 1 for first, P for person, or I'm sorry, S for singular, and then your lemma is the very first thing, agapao. Okay, so all the codes there, it's a shortening of what those parsing information is.
Excellent.
Okay, so, but those are the exact same thing. So if I double click on agapo, I'm going to find agapao at VIPA1S. Notice these are both highlighted. So if I double click on agapo, I come back here, 1 John 4:20, and there it is. Notice they're both highlighted in both texts, because this word is exactly the same as that word. The form agapo is, if I put my cursor on agapao at VIPA1S, my parsing information at the top is exactly the same as if I put my cursor on agapo in the inflected text. Okay? That is very, very important, because you're going to want to search in morphology more so than you're going to want to search in inflected text. If I'm going to find all forms of agapao in inflected text, I have a huge listing of them. I'm going to go to the forms tab for a second. We didn't talk about it yet. We'll talk about this later, but I just want to show you here. Here's a listing of all the forms of agapao. And all of these are all forms of agapao. Huge number of them. Now, if I'm going to search on the inflected text, that is the BGT text, the inflected text, like you have in a printed Greek version, I have to enter every single one of those in my search. You don't want to have to do that. How many typographical errors do you think you're going to commit? Quite a few. And you're going to miss some. But if I go and I search on the lemma search, if I right-click and I search on lemma, that's going to find every single one of those forms. It's going to search on this very first part. See what happened.
All right. That's good. Gives us a pause. That's okay. Yeah, we can catch up.
You know, it's ironic. Things that have never happened before and will never happen again happen to me when I'm doing a presentation.
Of course.
So the ones that you have listed under forms weren't going to show you where those forms occur. They're only going to show you that it occurs 27 times somewhere.
In the forms tab, yes. Yeah, we'll get to the forms tab a little bit later, but I just want to show the information. Yes, it's great. Okay, 1 John 4:20 once again here.
Okay.
So
Mouse position.
if I double click on agapao, I get 8 hits. That's how many times that form appears. Okay, and that's the lemma at VIPA1S. But if I right click on agapao and I search on lemma, that searches in all forms, and here I have 426 hits, 73 forms, and 378 verses.
Okay.
And if I go down here to my BGT, that's all right there.
Okay.
Because that's searched on every part of this very first part of the word. That's the lemma. It's searched on lemma in every single one of those possible morphological codes. So it's the same thing. If I type in the command line with the BGM, I'm going to make the BGM my search version. If I type a period, AGAPAW. Notice it's very much like English keyboard. Alpha, gamma, alpha, pi, alpha, omega. AGAPAW. Okay? and I take the @ sign, like you have here, and then I use the wildcard. Remember the wildcard? I'm going to type the asterisk. That means I want to find all forms of that lemma. Okay? BibleWorks does it automatically. If I end the word right there, it already knows, I'm going to automatically put an @ sign and a star behind it. Automatically it'll do that. If I hit enter here, I get all the forms. Okay? So this is, you're going to want to conduct your searches in Morphology version, not in your inflected forms. Okay? But knowing the difference between inflected and morphology is very crucial to using BibleWorks. It's going to open up doors to using tools like you can't imagine. So you want to get this concept down.